Well, hello everybody. I am just making sure that I am silenced on my second device here. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to week 5. So much hair in my face. Week 5 of our live stream and our AP World Review Olympics. It is so good to have you guys join us as people are jumping on as we get going here. We are going to see how this goes today. We're going to start with a Kahoot to review our DBQ skills. And then after the Kahoot, we are going to be doing a DBQ experience, if you will. I am trying out some new things, and so we're going to see how it goes. Most likely because I am trying out some crazy things technologically that hopefully work. So all of this is an experiment, and we are all trying our best to figure out how it works. So I hope you are doing well. AP test season is upon us. It is currently the 29th, so we are about 3 weeks out. It feels like less than that because we take the test on a Thursday. But as we are looking into this, I am excited to have you guys with us as we kind of go on from here. You should have, just as a note, you should have received some emails from the College Board. One of them being about how the test is going to be working this year with the DBQ. On Monday, late because I've been having some Wi-Fi issues at the house, we as in me, I uploaded the new how to write a DBQ video, okay? And then after that, I uploaded also I keep saying tech tips. I also am a tech coach in our district, but a top 10 video about how to write a DBQ and some tips about this year's test for 2020. We also then got kind of a checklist, at least some of my students did as well, of things that you should be thinking through. Officially, after my tech tip video came up, still not tech tips, just give up. The top 10 AP World / AP History tip video talked about how you can use like 2 screens, how you can type in a Google Doc, and how you can copy and paste into the test. There are some new things that are coming out about that as well, and an AP demo. And so they sent you an email about that. And it sounds like, which is good, that you should be using 2 windows. One, which would be you'll get emailed your test. It won't be the documents, but it'll be a link to access the test. And then you will use your AP ID. You'll write that on the top of either a Word document or a Google Doc. I know here in our district, we are Google Doc people. We use Chromebooks. And so you want to double check to make sure that what email is listed on your AP account is the email you're looking for your test, because that's how you're going to have access to it. And so you might want to check that to make sure you have the right email. That was in the tips as well. And so all that to say, you want to make sure that you're on the right page. You want to make sure your email is correct. And then I highly recommend writing your document-based question for this year's exam in a Google Doc. And you guys can have that up and ready to go. And you have 2 windows for the test where you can have your documents on one side and the other document on the other. So that is kind of what's coming up. And they kind of went through a checklist to make sure your browser is good and your email is good and all these other things, okay? You'll have 45 minutes to do the DBQ. They have a 5-minute submission window for some of you that might submit other ways than copying and pasting your Google Doc into a kind of box and making sure it's all there. Some of you guys might upload a Word document. Does anyone out there still use Microsoft? I don't know what other districts use. I know that a lot of you aren't even necessarily a 1-to-1 district where they hand out devices. So I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about doing, just because I just have the viewpoint of our own district where we are going to be using most likely Chromebooks. So you don't have to actually send the checklist in. It's just for you to check over things. It makes it look like you need to fill it out. Very official, but you don't actually have to send it out. So see some other people are using Google Docs and Chromebooks. I just feel like that's easier. Just, again, I know Microsoft 365, Office 365 allows you to autosave, but I just wouldn't want you guys to lose anything for any reason. So I think Google Docs might be the way to go personally, because you have a revision history and all that kind of good stuff. So, all right, so that is kind of where we are at today. We have a little bit lower of people that are kind of hanging out, maybe because we're less excited about the DBQ. I was just saying for Google Docs, just for you to take your test and write the DBQ someday. You don't worry about it yet, just in general. Spell check will be good. All those good things will practice. So if you're using, though, a regular computer and use Microsoft, totally fine. That will be easy for you to upload a document directly from there, and you won't have to use the copy and paste feature. You could just upload your document. Part of me still says copy and paste. Just as a tech person, I say that makes sure that they cannot open your document, because who knows? Who knows, right? Of like what would happen. So you will get a Meet code today to join the Google Meets for the second part of this. I just haven't sent it yet because I don't want you to go there yet before we play Kahoot. So just know that maybe you should have your email open and be ready for an email that I'll send out midway through the Kahoot. So here we go. Are you guys ready for today? You guys will see, first of all, we're going to play some Kahoot to just review the DBQ and some of the things that you need to know about the DBQ based on the videos that I put out, based on what the College Board has been coming out with. It's pretty short, but remember, as you are doing this, you will want to make sure that you join the Kahoot using your team number and first name, as we've been doing all along the way. So, there you guys go. I think you guys are talking about Grammarly in the chat. Just wanted to say, if you're using Google Docs, you can, because you're just going to be copying and pasting the text. You can use all those things. Grammarly will work because you're not actually writing in AP Classroom like we thought. You're going to be using something else. So you can use it in Google Docs. You can copy your document once you're done writing it, and then you can paste it into the demo. We are just practicing with the demo on a Google Meet I had with my class. So I would check out that demo that's in that checklist. If you need more information, I will try to post more information on my channel and in the description. They said it will not verify your test. Who's they? I don't know. So stay tuned. We'll work there. Let's play Kahoot, guys, and get started before we go so far. We have more people here today. Here's what we're going to do with the Kahoot. I just need to hit the start button for you. Turn up our volume just a little bit, because what's Kahoot without the fun music? Okay, so here it comes. You can join the Kahoot 9438090, as in zeros. You do not use the lockdown browser for your AP test. So no worries about that. It will not be on AP Classroom. It looks like it's a different site altogether. So, what is this guidebook you guys speak of? There's so many documents. I just got like a 50-page PDF presentation about the AP test. I was like, it's 45 minutes. There's more information on there than we will ever need. So, stay tuned on that. For now, I don't know what's going on in the chat, but it's fine. Just join the Kahoot, guys. Part 1 of our game today will be the Kahoot, reviewing just some of the aspects of on slide 51. See, I told you there's a gazillion slides in there. Thank you. I will look into that for you to give more information by next week. Okay, next week we're going to be doing, wow, my husband's in the game. Who knew? He's not really. We will be going over Unit 5. I'm in the process of writing that script so that we can record that this week, hopefully on Friday, and get that out to you guys sooner without my Wi-Fi issues. And it's all about revolutions, both political and industrial. So that is kind of what's coming up as we go through this. Okay, so I'm just going to throw in the chat once again the code for Kahoot in case someone joins late. The first part of points for this, 9, 4, 3, will be for your teams based on this. Okay, So 943-8090 is the code to get into the Kahoot today. And let us begin. I know there is some lag with this, but I have it set for 30 seconds, so hopefully we do okay as we go through the Kahoot today. Here we go. Reviewing the DBQ. Number 1. How many total points are available on the DBQ in 2020? All right, countdown's almost done. Last call for any answers that we have here. Correct answer is 10 points. The new DBQ has 10 points available for you. My opinion is really there's only 9. I really think complexity is dumb, in my opinion. Not really. Somebody could get it, but statistically speaking, less than 1% of people actually get complexity, so I don't think it's worth your time, in my opinion. Leaderboard, Logan. Logan to the top once again. Logan, nice job. 2 weeks in a row. Kelly, Lily, Angus, and Ella. Here we go. Question number 2. All the following stayed the same on the 2020 exam, except for what? Okay, last call on this question. Okay, everyone answered. Evidence. Evidence is the one thing that changed. So, context, same thing. 1 point for context, 1 point for thesis. Complexity, 1 point as well. Evidence moved really kind of all around here, but normally it's just 2 points for using documents to support a argument. But now it is 3 points based on using different amount of documents. New score leaders, Dan is in the lead. Nice job, Dan. Actually tied with Ella from 360. Here we go, next question. Number 3, oh dear. That was an uh-oh because I don't think you really should submit more than one. There's really just one right answer, just so you know. How many points can someone earn for using evidence? Let me just review this. It's not multi-select really, it's just... I mean, I don't think it is. Just pick one, please. I probably messed something up. All right. 5. And that actually is the right answer. The reason that the answer is 5 is if you look at the rubric, 5, you can get 3 points for using it, which is what most of you guys put. And under the evidence category, outside evidence would be another 2 equaling 5. So we'll see how those 6 people that got that right, how they do. Moving up. Nice job there. I'm sorry I would mispronounce your name if I said it out loud. But nice job from 222 and 281. Emmy, Morgan, Ian. Nice job. All right, next one. Number 4, how many pieces of outside evidence should a person add to their essay for full credit in regards to outside evidence? Almost done with this one, and we're done. 2, the correct answer is 2. In the olden days, as in, beginning of this year, you only needed to add 1 piece of outside evidence for gaining that point. This year, you need to add 2, or you have the option of adding 2 pieces of outside evidence to gain 2 points towards that 10 possible points. Leaderboard. Emmy moves up. Everyone else stays the same. Here we go for the next question. Nice job, Lindsay from Team 915. Number 5. How many documents do you need to analyze the historical situation or context, audience, point of view, or purpose for? All right, closing up, we have a couple answers here. Again, I think one of the key things to know for the test is the rubric, and the correct answer is 2. We're very spread on this. So how many docs do you need to analyze? So 2 documents for the happy analysis or document analysis point. If we are looking at how many do you need to use to get full credit for evidence to support your argument is 4, right? We see some people wrote that. 5 means you use all the documents, but that is not for analyzing your documents. You need to do this for 2. I would argue that you should do this for more than 2, like 3. I would attempt to do 3 document analyses, instead of spending time on complexity for sure. Create a buffer with this. Use all 5 documents to support your argument. Then you're kind of backing it up. I would spend any extra time you have on that. Not like anyone's going to have extra time in here. Here we go. New leaderboard. Dan is back in the top 5. Nice job here to those that are in the top ones. Emmy has a streak of 5. Here we go. Next question. True or false? Your document analysis should be connected to your argument. Document analysis meaning happy document analysis, where you look at historical context, audience, point of view, or purpose. Last call here for those that are with us. All right, true. That is true. You should connect this. Now, this is something that maybe you haven't done in the past, and it's easier to analyze this. Hip sourcing instead of happy. I like that too. It's very hip. All right, Dan in 3rd, moving on up, retaining those in the lead. All right, next question. 7, true or false? Your outside evidence only needs to be about the topic of the prompt. It doesn't need to support the argument. True or false? I don't know if you guys have been tuning into the AP College Board YouTube channel with some of their review videos, but I feel like this has been helpful even just for me as a teacher. So I would utilize those as additional things to look at to review for your tests. Specifically on this question, we talked about outside evidence really needs to support your argument. So this is false. You want to make sure that you're not just throwing in random information. If, let's say, your topic was about, I'll use Cold War because I was in the video. You can't just like randomly throw something in there about the Cold War that has nothing to do with effects, like the causes. That wouldn't work as outside evidence per se because you're not tying it to what your argument is about effects. So, very hip. Where is Appleton? It is in Wisconsin. It is about 30-minute drive south of Green Bay. We are in Packer country. Actually, I think the whole state is Packer country. All right, there you guys, new leaderboard. Let's go on to the next one here. You write a DBQ, and you have used 3 documents, and you use those 3 documents to support your argument. How many evidence points would you get on the rubric? I'm supporting, this side, a little Wisconsin today. Oh, there it is. Go Bucky. Last call on this one. Correct answer is 2 points. Remember, you can use 2 documents to support your argument for 2 points. You can use 2 documents about the topic and get 1 point. If you use 4 documents to support your argument, you can then get 3 points. So using 3 documents just creates a buffer to ensure that you got 2 points. You guys really just say where Texas is? Above Mexico. All right. Wisconsin is by the Great Lakes. It's a very exciting and cold, rainy area right now. All right. Next one, you write a DBQ. You use all of the documents. How many evidence points do you get? You guys have some crazy chat going on. You need to work on geography, and I'm sure you're just joking. I'm going to pretend you're just joking, and you don't know where these states or countries are. Correct answer, again, 3 points. 3 points. Good job. Lily ekes ahead of Dan. Here we go. Number 10. If you want to check your email that you have listed with the College Board, which site should you go to? Last call on this one. All right, collegeboard.org is the website to go to check your email, okay? That is listed so that you get your email. Because it'd be really bad if you think it goes to your school district account and you're waiting the day of the test to get that link and nothing comes because it's really going to your personal Gmail account. So double check that. All right, that's me thinking of you guys in the chat. Number 11, true or false? You must type your DBQ and submit it digitally. Waiting for somebody here to finish up. All right, it's false. You can handwrite it. And some of you guys were talking about this beforehand. If you would like to handwrite it, you totally can, and then you'll need to take a picture of it with a phone, or you could take it with your camera, like to do this kind of thing, right? You just want to make sure that people could see it. You guys notice I have text messages right now. So you can handwrite it. It will just take more time for you to then take a picture and then get it to be uploaded. So, and if you didn't read the guide or 50-some pages about the test, you can submit a maximum of 5 pictures or 5 sheets of paper for your DBQ, which I don't know who writes that big because no one's writing that much in 45 minutes by hand. So I think if you can type, I would type it. All right, a little bit of movement here. Hello, Claire. Welcome to the leaderboard up here. Next one. Wherever you open your AP test is the device that you must submit it on, true or false? Dan asked a good question. What if you accidentally cut from your test and you lose it? Revision history in Google Docs is fantastic. Just a quick little note that if you ever click at the top when it says where you revised, you can get past revisions of your test and you can restore it and it comes back. So it's cool. So true. Wherever you open it, if I open it first on my phone, I'm submitting by my phone, which would be a pain. So it's very hard to cut. Dan's in the lead. Nice job there. Dan's answering questions and in the chat. Number 13. Worth 2 times the points. If my exam starts at 10 a.m., what time should I set an alarm so I have a 10-minute timer warning before I finish? Math, guys. I know, math is not my strong suit. But I want to make sure you guys can set a timer on your phone for this test. I really think you should do that, even though you have a timer there. Oh, you guys are good at math. Correct answer is 10:35. 10:35 is when you should set that alarm if your test started at 10 a.m. For many of you, if you are on Central Standard Time for the test, which I know some of you are not, shout out in the chat if you're not on Central Time, we start at 1 p.m. And so for you guys, your alarm would be at 1:35 p.m. Okay, to give you a 10-minute warning. So there you guys go on that. I highly recommend that. Even though you have a timer on your screen, there's a chance you could be so in the groove that you didn't even look up at it. So, and I don't want you to be so concerned at looking up at it either. Nice job. No changes in the leaderboard. Here we go. Number 14th. Double points on this one as well. Last three. What historical thinking skill is in the Latin America DBQ that I sent in your email on Monday? Ooh, a change. We'll talk about that soon. Change is the correct answer. Let's see if that moves some people around. Whoop, it totally does. And then we have our last question for this week. I will then pull the data, give some points away for this last one. What denomination of Christianity was most prevalent in Latin America? Last call here as we get the correct answer, which I hope is staggeringly correct, which it is. Catholicism is what we're going to see in most of Latin America still today. Okay, and so that's good. Catholicism is one ran. We know that after the Protestant Reformation, we had Protestantism. Anglican is one of the pieces of Protestantism. Jesuit actually is missionaries of Catholicism. So here is our leaderboard for the winning of this challenge today. I will give points for people on the leaderboard and team averages as well for who showed up. Lily, nice job, 3rd place. Emmy in 2nd, and 1st place goes to Dan. I'm so excited for you, Dan. Okay, nice job for that. Also runners up, Alan from 915. Yiming from team, I just can't see it, 864. It moved on my screen, so nice job on that. Good job, everybody. All right, let's move into the second phase here, the actual applying of the skills. Half the battle in doing this, right, is for you guys to be able to know what the rubric has. The second thing is actually applying those skills. So here goes the crazy time, where I am going to do kind of an activity where we are going to practice these skills on some teams. It's going to be a team game. Oh, I was supposed to send that email. Here we go. I have it ready to go. I just had to hit send. You are about to get an email right now. Hit the send button. I already had it written. You are getting an email in just a second that you need to open up for you guys to do this next part. Okay, so let me kind of explain what it is. I'm going to open up on the screen. You are going in this email to get this document. It'll take us just a second for you guys to get this in the email. And they are going to have 4 teams. Okay, so I put some teams together. Hopefully, we have some people on each of these teams that showed up today. It is kind of, we'll call it like tournament style of who's on which team. So the first 4 teams of the leaderboard are the 4 team captains. It's not really a captain, but there's the first team on each of them. So 281, 913, 864, and 915 are in the first 4, so that's how it went. Then I went from the bottom and I placed you guys on teams and then kind of staggered it so it's pretty even based on your scores on the leaderboard currently. So those are your teams. On that, you have a Google Meet and a Google document. Okay. When you hopefully can join the Google Meet, I am already in all of these meets on my other computer. So I'll be monitoring that and that will be recorded as well. And what you're going to be doing in here is you guys are going to be working through in 3 different stages that are worth points. You are going to first go into your rooms, and I'm going to set up a lovely little, show you what it looks like here, a lovely little thing on my screen that will say, hey, this is what you should be doing right now. And you're going to be able to then spend 5 minutes in your Google Meet to discuss the DBQ prompt and the claims, okay? So you're going to click on that in a second. So what you're going to do, I should probably just open that up because I just sent it as well. But you got an email. If you did not get an email, you'll notice that right on the screen right now, right, says you need access to the Google Doc that I have on the screen with the teams. You need to email me at that address, Gerges Stephanie, no E at the end, even though it doesn't exist in my email, at asd.k12.wi.us. And then you need to include your team number and your name. I need to make sure that there's no sketchy people joining. Do you need to use your camera? No. If you want to join your Google Meet and there is a button just to hide it, so it's just your picture, that is totally fine. You do not need to actually show your face, although it might be easier to talk, but you guys will be in there where you can use the chat feature in your individual Google Meet, okay? So I have them open on my screen, so I need to admit people that are outside of AASD, so I'm going to be doing that in just a second while I explain the next thing. I'm going to be working through these rooms here. Again, we have a smaller number of turnout today, so there might not be a ton of people in each room. Okay, we have people there in that room. They are joining. Emmy, I'm admitting you now to your room. Outside of ASD, that's our district here. Logan, I'm adding you. Amber, I'm adding you to your room. Dan, adding you to your room. So there will just be a few of you guys that you're like, wow, I can actually see people that I've only seen in the chat. Hopefully they're not people that you are being mean to in the chat, but here you guys go. I have been adding you to this. So let me kind of talk through what you're going to do. I have you all muted. There's not a ton of you in all these rooms, so some of you guys are still checking. I'm admitting people as they get your emails here. So much fun. It's so fun to see some of your faces that I've never seen here. Sorry if you don't have it downloaded. You could download it and I will add you as we go. Can you mute me? Absolutely. Actually, I don't know if you can mute me. I will mute myself and stop talking in just a minute. I have to give you guys all of the things that you need to do in here. Adding more people. We have a good showing in this room that I'm adding people. The most people currently, blue team, you guys have a bigger room right now. Oop, adding more people to these other rooms. Okay, so let me kind of tell you what you're going to be doing, and then I'm going to stop talking, and then you guys can talk with your people. Now, in the Google document, you have the documents. Oh, there we go. Lots of people are joining whatever room I'm in right now. I'm approving you as we speak. Again, you do not need to show your camera, although it's kind of nice to say hello to everybody. I am going to stop talking. You have the links to the documents that I have there. What you're going to be doing in this first part, okay? Let me give you the big picture, and then I'm going to let you guys do this thing, and I'm going to come back 5 minutes, and I'm going to come back in 5 minutes, and we're going to wrap up before 4 Central Standard Time. So here is what we're going to do. Yes, if you are echoing, just mute yourself in Google Meet. If you haven't used it before, there's 2 buttons on the bottom of your Google Meet, right? The left button, as I'm still admitting people, on the left button, you will see the microphone, which you can mute, and on the right, you will see the camera button, okay? If you don't want to actually show your face, which is pretty much everybody in the call that I'm in currently, green team has nobody showing the camera. Adding some more people, Sophia. Okay, I'll get back to this in a second. You guys, what you're going to be doing is this, okay? For the first 5 minutes, okay? I'm going to put a little thing on the screen, and then I'm going to show you what's next up on here. Ooh, I'm trying to add someone else to this team, and I lost it. If you didn't get access, just try again, because I'm slowly adding. Lots of people on this team, too. Okay, so what you're going to be doing, first 5 minutes, you're going to discuss just the DBQ prompt, and if you pre-planned it all, then you are going to just talk about it and what you think, how you would answer this prompt, okay? There you go. And then what we're going to do after the 5 minutes is I'm going to give you the next 2 steps of what you're going to do on your Google Doc. At the end of our time for the 3 different stages, so you're going to have 5 minutes to discuss your claims, okay? After that, you're going to have 2 other tasks that I'm not going to tell you yet. And then at the end of this, I'm going to take away your rights to edit the document. Okay? I will, if you guys timed out, I'll get you in a second. After that, I'm going to then take your 4 documents, and I'm in an AP World History group with thousands of AP teachers. I am going to let them be the judge for the different parts of the rubric to determine the winners of this challenge. So you guys actually get to practice your skills together and talk it out. So there's kind of those points today. There will be 2 different parts that you're getting points. The first 5 minutes is just a hello and discussing the prompt in this. I have you guys all muted. I will stop talking so I don't interrupt you guys on the live stream. And if you're timing out, I am going to keep circling through the rooms to admit more people because I'm a little slow on adding. Okay? So, and then I'm just going to peek in on your faces too. So that is all we have. So first 5 minutes up on the clock. I'm going to put this down now that we have this. I'm going to check my email to give you guys access, so if you pop on in, that is totally fine as we are going. You guys see this right now? I'm going to move this down here. Almost. So close. And then I need to be quiet, which is the thing. I have access to all your rooms, so don't be whatever, okay? I probably will leave the room I'm in while this is going for 5 minutes. So you're just going to talk with this with your people, and then I will come back in a minute. 5 minutes, technically, okay? I'm going to keep approving people, and I'm going to leave the room with mine for the next 5 minutes. So good luck. Talk about the documents with your people in your room. Good luck. Oh dear. It's like the person behind the curtain, everybody. Hey, I'm back real quick. I'm going to give you your first directions for this next part of what you're going to be doing. That was a little more than 5 minutes because I just wanted to say hello. And you guys are just talking about the documents and it feels like a real class, guys. So here's what you're going to do. In the next 5 minutes, okay? For real. So by like 52 on the clock, you are going to, together, as a group, write your intro, which would include your context and your thesis together. So do not just let one person do this. This is going to be trying to crowdsource what you guys have. And maybe someone is typing and then someone else is starting like, hey, would this work for context? And you kind of shout that out. Use the chat feature as well. And then we will go from there. I will pop in on your rooms in the other room because I can't be in the same room that this is recording. Otherwise, you'll hear everybody. Okay, bye. Carry on. 5 minutes on the clock. For real. Hello, friends. I have returned. We're moving into the final stage of this, okay? And you're like, whoa, we are still working on this, and I am not ready to move to the final stage, okay? So, if you're still not in the room, I sure hope I can get you in a second. You just need to re-request, I guess, when I go back and circle through the rooms. So, here's what we're going to do, guys. In the last little bit of time that you have here, you want to finalize, right? And you want to collaborate to do this. So, ideally, I would see on your paper at least 2 paragraphs, which I know you're like, it's so hard to talk with other people and do this. But one of it is you just got to start typing, okay? So on the Google document that you guys have all funny on my screen, I don't know why it looks like that, but what you're going to do, I'll make it come back, this one, there you go. When you are looking at this in the Google Doc that's on there, you guys want to make sure that you have a claim and some contextualization in an opening paragraph, right? And then the second task is ideally that you're going to write one more paragraph supporting one of the claims or the claim from your opening paragraph, okay? And so I'm going to give you approximately as long as you want, but we're going to say 15 minutes is where I'm going to cut you guys off. If you guys have to leave sooner, you do. But I would love to see at least 2 paragraphs, an opening paragraph and then also a actual body paragraph using evidence from the documents. Ideally, you can also add some outside evidence to that paragraph and doing some document analysis. The team that does this the most and the best, judged by the AP community, will be our winners for this challenge. We're going to do it in 2 parts. There will be people judging just the opening and then people that are judging the claims using evidence, outside evidence, and happy, okay? So I'm going to rotate to the other room once again. The whole thing is going to be over by 4:10. Okay, that's when I'm going to take away your access. So you guys have the rest of the time, 15 minutes to work as your teams, really get in a groove, divide and conquer work, go from there. At 4:10, we are absolutely over. Okay, I'll give you a little more time because I know that the communication piece is just a little tricky. But this is you working on the skill of DBQing, okay? Work together. You can do that a whole time. So here is the remaining things that you do, right? You may at least have one more paragraph after your intro that has a claim with the topic sentence. You use evidence to support that. And then ideally, that you're going to add some outside evidence and you're going to do some happy or hip document analysis on there as well. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see this when I leave the room. Okay, so that is what you're working on. I will, 15 minutes on the clock. I'll check in if you need anything and go on from there. Good luck. May the best team win. Hey guys, I'm just popping in because it is 4:09 Central Standard Time. Um, I will give you only if you need to. If you guys need to leave, you can. But because a lot of you guys are working really hard and doing a really cool job, I don't want to cut you off just because of that. So you have a few more minutes if you'd like. At 15 after, I'm cutting you off. No more writing DBQs today. So I will pop into the other room at 4:15. You're going to lose access. Ideally, I should see 2-ish or more paragraphs, and then I will send it to the AP group, and we'll see who they declare the best intro with contextualization and a good thesis with claims, and then who does better on the other part. So carry on. Refresh your screens if you need to see where your Google Doc is, and you have 5 minutes, and then we're done. Good luck. right, guys, we are wrapping up. 4:17. I'm really good at telling time is what it sounds like here. Whoop, come back here. Thanks for joining. Today I'm going to cut off your documents in just a second where you can't edit anymore. And thanks for doing this. What I loved about this, for all those that are still here, is how well you guys did at working through the documents, through talking through everything that you were doing, and just good conversations and processing it. So I will turn over your essays to the group, and we will see how the winners go from there. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll see you next time with Unit 5.